Hey guys, Kaishi Nico here of Steadfast Dueling, and I've got a deck profile for you of Dragon Ball Super. So Dragon Ball Super came out, and what was it, about a month ago, Set 2 dropped, and the week before Set 2 dropped, I saw people playing, and I was like, I want to check this out. So looked at all the cards for Set 2, saw a deck that I wanted to play, which is the Metacooler deck. I built that deck, ran it as mono yellow. Then I found out about the blue engine and ran it yellow and blue. And then I went to a tournament at the store 2 weeks ago, and I scrubbed out. I was basically one and two, and the only reason I had a one was because I had a bye on the third round. So I lost the two because of my Infinite Force Metacooler, my Infinite Force Metacooler core. I basically drew into everything, and then one of them was stuck in the life, so I wasn't able to pull them out of the deck. So it kind of sucked. But I've done a little work on it here and there. And then today I was just like, you know what? I built a version of it, and I want to play it. And as you can see here, there's a Cell, the Cell Leader, but it's not a Cell deck. It's Meta Cell. Of course, it's not Meta version Cell. It is Meta Cell, where I use the Cell Leader with Metacoolers. I built the deck, played it on Octagon once, loved it. I only played it once, and then I went to my tournament today after I put everything I needed into the deck. That's my phone. Was able to get more stuff for the deck, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna build it. I'm gonna play it in the tournament. Let's see what happens. It wasn't a big tournament. There was only 5 of us. It was supposed to be 6, but we just put it at 6, and so whoever had to face that 6th person got a bye, and then so that's what it was. But I went undefeated with it. I played against a Zmas deck, which I 2-0'd. I played against a Broly deck, which I 2-0'd, or Brawly deck, and I played against a Vegito deck that I 2-0'd. This deck was crazy. It worked just the same way as it worked when I played it on Octagon once, and it worked these 3 times. And I think I might take this to the Richmond Regionals in January because it's fun, and I like having fun, and I like decks like this. And even though a couple of the games I didn't get out the whole core, Metacooler core, 7-drop Infinite Force Metacooler combo, I was still able to win because of just playing these and putting out Mecha Freezer, who does work. The card is insane. For it to be, I think it's an uncommon or a common, it's just insane. So I'm going to go through the deck list, and at the end, I'll tell you how I'm going to change it a little bit, because there's a couple cards that I need to change. So first off, I run 20 of the Infinite Multiplication Metacooler. Basically, 20 is a really good number, especially for this deck. I use them for fodder for Cell's effect. I know he looks a little cloudy. That's because the sleeve I have, and then flip it over, nice and clear. So I use the Metacoolers for energy and for Cell's effect, especially when he awakens, and I want to pop a card. I just remove 2, and he then I can then pull them out of the drop area if I get out the combo. So yeah, and comboing with them and just using them for the effect fodder and stuff is really nice. Next up, I run 3 Big Getty Star. I ran 3. I saw it every now and then. I'll start a game with it in my hand, which is always really nice because I'll just keep spawning these and then attacking. Getting it late game, I did get it where it was like almost towards the end of the game, and it was like I had like 8 mana or 7 or 8 energy or 7 energy, something like that, and I'll finally draw this and I'll play it and then play Metacooler core and then go into the Infinite Metacooler Infinite Force Metacooler, and then just go for game that way. I run 4 Metacooler core. I'm thinking of dropping 1 core for 1 more Big Getty Star, because I'd rather see this faster than seeing this. because I saw these a lot more than I saw the big Getty Star. So I think I'm going to switch it up, and it'll work out a little bit better that way. And then of course I run 4 Awakening Core Metacooler. He's the one that gives all your Metacoolers double strike. So himself and the multiplications get double strike, and it's nice. You like spamming out a whole bunch of things with double strike. Your opponent has to spend up basically their whole hand to stop from taking damage. So, anyways, I run 4 as the next card. For the Infinite Force Metacooler Core, of course, if like before, if these go into the these don't make it to the out of the deck with using the whole combo, and these are just drawn, they basically just become combo fodder or energy, or using for Cell's effect. So, which is fine, because I've still won games without even pulling off that combo. Next up is 3 Mecha Freezer, the Returning Terror. I love this card. He did, like I said, he puts in a lot of work. You play him, 4 costs. You play him. You then can drop a card from your hand to the battle area, to the drop area, to then KO 2 rested cards, which usually you play it after your opponent has already attacked you with 2 big cards. So you play it, pop their 2 cards, and then for the turn he has double strike. Now I can still drop a card and not KO anything, and still get the double strike. And I actually think that you don't have to. You don't have to drop the card in the first place anyway, and you'll still get the double strike, because it's when it's played you may drop a card, and then after that first effect, to pop 2 cards, you can then he gains double strike for the turn. So you don't have to actually drop a card, but I basically just drop either an Awakening or a Multiplication, so that I bring them out later once I get the core. And if I don't, then I don't. I just use them for fodder. But I am going to add a 4th one of the Mecha Freezer, because it was such a good card, and I saw him a lot, and he won me two rounds, I think 2 games out of the 3 rounds he won me, and it was really nice. Next up I run 2 Battering Laser. Great card. Yellow has an amazing card with this. It's of course the only counter out right now, and able to counter your opponent's, especially the decks I played against were Vegito, Brawly, and a Zamos deck. So for the Zamos and the Vegito, being able to stop Zeno Button, because the Vegito player did also play Zeno Button, and to stop Wiz Coercion, just made it was so much fun. Especially when you counter a Zeno Button, they think they're like, oh, I'm going to get free energy, and it's like, nope, sorry, you're not going to get that energy, and then you just ram into them. Of course, if they had another Zeno Button, they could just play it the next turn. But and then I run 3 Crusher Ball, great card also, since I can't use Cold Bloodlust, and since of course even when it has Mecha Cooler I couldn't use Cold Bloodlust. Crusher Ball is the next best thing, because it puts a card that's in rested mode. So a big, huge card came out, like the Lightning Fast Vegito. Stopping him from attacking me by putting him in rest mode when he comes out and play was really nice, because the next turn I just popped it, so my opponent never got the effect of, even though they never milled 10 cards, they also never got the effect of being able to evolve it. Run 1 TN. He was just basically, I just threw him in there. I was like, you know what? I'll throw in TN. He's good. He's in green. I combo with him, and then I can just always, use him to help, awaken faster. But I'm gonna add another one, because another one would have been nice to see it a lot more, and it would have been better to have 2, and that's about it. I mean, it's TN. If you're running green, even if you're not running green, you could still run the TN if you have the room for it, because he helps you awaken faster by popping a card, by sending a card from your drop area, your life to your drop area, and then a card from your life to your hand. So you also get to draw off it and pop a card. It's nice. Next up is 4 Trunks Protective Children. Of course, whatever color you're running, you want to run 4 of the 0 10,000 combo draw card for that color. So since I'm now running green, I run this. When I was running yellow, or mainly had a yellow leader, I would run the Dodorias. For the final 2 cards is Sun Goten Family of Justice. I did not like this card. I thought it was going to help pop cards, but Cell already does that. And this was in my Metacooler deck because I was using it to help pop some stuff in my Metacooler deck. But this it's not good in this deck because I'm already popping stuff with Cell, and then if they don't have any 3 cost or lower battle cards out, this becomes a dead card. I mean, who's going to combo? Like, yeah, I could pay it for 2, but it means I would have to have 2 energy, and it only gains 10. It only has 10,000 power. And who's going to pay 1 for a 5,000 combo? So since I don't really need this card, one of them is going to become a TN, and the other one is going to become another Mecha Freezer. So yeah, that's the deck. It was great. I loved it. It was so much fun. People chuckled at before the tournament. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to run this. And I told everybody about it. That I'm running my meta Cell, and I ran it, and I went undefeated, and it was great. It's a fun deck that actually works, which I like to do, and it's so stupid. I mean, having 20 of the multiplications in the deck is stupid on its own, but this deck makes it even better, especially with Cell just popping cards every turn, and then when he's awakened, you're drawing cards like crazy for his effect. So, anyways, if you guys liked it, give me a like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thumbs up, leave a comment, whatever, all that jazz. And thanks for watching. Peace.